Hello. Last class we were discussing the resonance, and in resonance we have already discussed the conditions for resonance to take place, that is conjugation. A necessary and sufficient criteria for resonance to take place is actually conjugation, and stability of different resonating structure, and how we can identify a valid resonating structure. These points are already discussed, right? Now today we are going to discuss the resonance effect, or that is also known as mesomeric effect, right? So let's start it. It is mesomeric effect. Mesomeric effect, or it is also known as resonance effect. Resonance effect, very similar to that inductive effect we were discussed. Now in resonance effect, what is going to happen? We will have a particular atom or group of atom which is going to connected with a pi electron system, or a series of pi electron system, and because of presence of that particular atom or group of atom, the electron distribution in pi electron system is going to be changed. So the effect of that group, which is change in electron distribution in pi electron system, is known as resonance effect or mesomeric effect. And very similar to inductive effect, it is also categorized in two parts, in which there are two possibility. Either an atom is going to donate its electron to the conjugated system by using resonance phenomena. If it is donating its electron, it will be indicated by plus R or plus M effect. And secondly, if it is going to withdraw electron, if it is going to pull electron from the conjugated pi electron system, then that particular atom or group of atom is going to be known as minus R or minus M effect, right? So let's start with the definition. The permanent polarization the permanent polarization due to a group conjugated with pi bond, due to a group conjugated with pi bond, or a system of pi bond, or a series of pi bond, or a series of pi bond, is transmitted through pi electron, is transmitted through pi electron, is transmitted through pi electron uh, of system resulting in different distribution of system resulting in different distribution of electron in unsaturated compound, of electron in unsaturated compound which is known as resonance or mesomeric effect. Unsaturated compound is known as resonance or mesomeric effect. Mesomeric effect, right? This is the definition for resonance or mesomeric. If you want to take an example, first you should copy this statement. Important for board exam, definitely. There may be asked the definition of resonance or mesomeric effect. Example of this, let's say if I have a pi bond, let me write that. If it is a pi bond containing compound and one atom or group of atom is attached there, right? Here it is fluorine which is directly attached with pi bonded carbon atom. Now if you show resonance here, what is going to happen? The flow of electron will take place from higher electron density to lower electron density, and electron density point is in order of most electron density is where atom is carrying negative charge, then lone pair, then pi bond. So fluorine is having lone pair, it is more electron density side. Definitely if this side is having more electron density and pi bond side is having lesser electron density, flow of electron will take place from higher electron density to lower electron density. If you will show the resonance, what is going to happen? This lone pair of fluorine will form the pi bond and pi bond will break away from the lone pair. The electron is going to move away from the lone pair, right? The CH2 will get negative charge and there will be a double bond between CH and fluorine. Fluorine will get positive charge, right? This is the resonating structure. In definition, it is said that if you are having an atom or group of atom which is directly attached with the pi bond or a series of pi bond, and in presence of it, if the electron distribution is changed, and this change in electron distribution because of presence of atom or group of atom is known as mesomeric or resonance effect, right? Now there are some important point about this effect is, first one, it is a permanent effect. First one, this effect is permanent. This effect is permanent. Now next point is it is a strong effect. It is a strong effect. If you observe, similar key point was written in inductive point and inductive effect. In inductive effect, the statement was inductive effect is also permanent effect, but inductive effect is weak effect. The inductive effect is weak, it is just because there is the shifting of sigma, strongly held sigma bond pair electron from their mean position. That is just slight shifting from the mean position. But if you are drawing the resonating structure, if you are showing the resonance, what is happening actually, there is complete movement of electron, either that is pi electron or lone pair or negative charge. Because of complete movement, the effect of charges redistribution will be more in case of resonance. That is why it is said resonance is a strong effect, right? So if it is asked the reason why resonance is a strong effect, you should know about that. There in resonance there is the complete shifting of electron. That is why it is known as a strong effect, right? Now next, in similar way that we have done in inductive effect. Inductive effect was divided in two parts. One is electron donating and second one is electron withdrawing. Similarly, here also we are going to divide the resonance or mesomeric effect in two parts. First one is plus M or plus R. Effect and group. Effect and group, right? So if you want to write the definition, it is an effect which is an effect in which atom or group of atom in which atom or group of atom donate its electron pair to the conjugated system is known as plus M or plus R effect, and the atom or group of atom attached, and the atom or group of atom is known as plus R or plus M group. Definition: an effect in which atom or group of atom donate its electron pair to the conjugated system is known as plus R or plus M effect, and the atom or group of atom which is donating the electron to the conjugated system is known as plus R or plus M group, right? Very similar to the inductive effect again. We are having a series of electron donation power, right? So let us write the series. The most powerful electron donating group by using resonance is O minus, then it is NH2, next OH, next OR, next it is, let's say it is amide, right? Then you may write it is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These are electron donating group. These are actually donating electron to the conjugated system by using resonance phenomena. How to identify whether an atom or group of atom is going to behave as electron donating group, or you can say plus R or plus M group. The identification of that particular group is very important, and I'll let you know the trick to identify whether a particular atom or group of atom is going to behave as plus R plus M or minus R minus M, right? Let me complete the definition portion first. So this is the series. You should remember the series, and if you leave this amide functional group, you can see it is more or less depending on electronegativity. Nitrogen is having least electronegativity. Leave the first one also. The first one is carrying the negative charge. NH2, then OH, then OR, then fluorine, bromine, iodine, right? Now the next is minus R or minus M effect. Minus M or minus R effect. And if we need to write the definition, an effect in which atom or group of atom, not donate, withdraw electron pair from the conjugated system is known as minus R or minus M effect, and the atom or group of atom which is withdrawing electron from the conjugated system is known as minus R or minus M group, right? Just slight change in definition, you will get the definition of minus R and minus M. I hope you are clear with the definition. Now we are also having a series for minus R or minus M. Let us write that, right? First one, it is NO2, then CN, then aldehyde, then ketone, then acid, then ester, it is ester, then it is amide. There is a slight change. Ester is just before the acid. Ester is just before the acid. Corrected. So this is the series for strength of electron withdrawing ability from the conjugated system, right? You should remember this series, and I know that definition is clear to you. Now the next one is very important thing. You can solve the problem based on resonance only if you are able to identify whether the given atom or functional group or group of atom is going to behave as plus M group or minus M group. If you are able to identify that, then it is easier to solve the problem based on resonance, right? So let us try to understand the trick. Which group or functional group is going to behave as plus R or minus R group, right? First, I'll start with plus R. Remember the key point. The key point is, if you are having a conjugated system, let me draw a pi bond conjugated system. This is our conjugated system. And if you are attaching any atom or group of atom or any functional group as G, then this particular functional group can behave as plus R group only if, let me write that, it can behave as plus R or plus M group only if it is having a lone pair or negative charge. Remember this one. See, what was the definition of plus R or plus M group? The atom or group of atom which is donating its electron pair to the conjugated system. In definition itself, it is including donating its electron pair to the conjugated system. So definitely for the donation, atom or group of atom must have electron pair, and electron pair can be represented either in form of lone pair or negative charge, right? So this is the key point. You should remember that if any atom or group of atom which is carrying lone pair and it is directly attached with the conjugated system, that atom or group of atom is going to behave as plus R or plus M group, right? Let me show you some example. The series that we have written, if you observe, the first one was O minus. O minus is carrying negative charge as well as lone pair, right? So it is going to behave as plus R group. Now the next one was NH2. In NH2, nitrogen was carrying the lone pair. Now the next one, if you observe, it was OH. OH is also carrying two lone pair. Now the next one was OR. In OR, oxygen is carrying two lone pair. Now the next you can observe fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, amide, nitrogen. In all the cases, the directly attached atom which is directly attaching with the conjugated system is carrying lone pair or negative charge. If the situation is that, then only particular atom or group of atom can donate its electron pair to the conjugated system, right? So remember this key point. You can easily identify at least plus R or plus M group. Now the next one, how to identify minus R or minus M group, right? How to identify minus R or minus M group? Let's say I have a conjugated system again, and you are attaching a group which is going to show minus R or minus M effect. There are two conditions on group G. if either of these two condition is satisfied, then group G is going to behave as minus R or minus M group. So let me write the first one. Let me write the first one. Group G can behave as minus R or minus M if first one octet of directly attached atom is not completed. Like if it is said that if I have CH2 double bond CH double bond CH and then CH2 plus, if it is written CH2 plus and asked this CH2 plus is going to show which effect. We know that in case of carbocation octet is not completed, it is going to form 6 covalent bond and 3 covalent bond, and 3 covalent bond will carry 6 electron. So there is 6 electron in the valence shell of carbocation. Octet is not completed. If it is directly attached with the conjugated system, it will withdraw electron from the conjugated system. It will try to complete its octet. So it is going to behave as minus R or minus M group. This is the first condition. Now the second condition is if you are having a situation like A directly bonded with B, in place of group G, you are having situation like A directly bonded with B, double bonded with B, or A triple bonded with B, and also electronegativity of B is more than electronegativity of A. If you are having this situation, then definitely these groups are going to behave as minus M or minus R group, or they are going to show minus M or minus R effect, right? First condition is quite easy. You can easily identify if the directly attached atom is not having 8 electron in their valence shell, that is going to behave as minus R or minus M effect, minus M or minus R group. Now the second one, there must be either double bond or triple bond, and definitely the atom which is directly attached with the conjugated system should have lesser electronegativity. If you are having this situation, then definitely these type of atom or group of atom are going to behave as minus M or minus R group, right? They are going to withdraw electron from the conjugated system by using resonance. Let's see the example of the second one. First one was quite easy. Second one, if you observe the series that I was given to you, in case of minus R or minus M, in that series the first functional group was NO2. And if you draw the structure of NO2, directly attached atom is nitrogen. There is one oxygen which is double bonded to the nitrogen, and one oxygen is coordinate bonded, right? And here you are having conjugated system, right? So observe, the condition is fulfilled here. The electronegativity of nitrogen is less than oxygen. And nitrogen oxygen are carrying double bond. So definitely this is going to show which effect? Minus R or minus M effect. The second example that was written was CN, and in CN, if you observe, the electronegativity of nitrogen is more than carbon. Again you are reaching the similar situation, right? Same condition is fulfilled. So if you observe complete series, this condition is going to be fulfilled. Either they are carrying a double bond, functional group is carrying double bond or triple bond, and also the directly attached atom, which is the directly attached atom to the conjugated system, is having lesser electronegativity. And if situation is that one, definitely that particular functional group is going to behave as minus R or minus M. And if you observe the next example, in the series, that was aldehyde, right? In aldehyde also there is carbon oxygen double bond. Electronegativity of oxygen is more than carbon. Then the next one was ketone. Again the same situation. Electronegativity of oxygen is more than carbon. And the next one after this, I guess there was ester. In ester also, if you observe, there is carbon oxygen double bond. Carboxylic acid, it is also carrying carbon oxygen double bond. Now next, if there is sulfonic acid is also going to behave as minus R or minus M effect, because electronegativity of oxygen is more than sulfur. So I hope you are clear with the idea how to identify whether an atom or group of atom is going to show plus R effect or minus R effect, right? And it is very, very important to solve the problem of resonance. It is very important, right? Let us start next portion. Next portion. Before starting the next portion, I am giving you some question. Try to solve that. It is as homework. I'll just write the question. If you are having doubt in the answers, you can ask me in the class, right? Let me write the question. Identify plus R or minus R group from the following. First one, let's say I have CS3. It is only CS3. You need to identify whether the CS3 is going to show plus R or minus R. Now the second one is, let's say it is amide, but it is written in different way. Now the third one is, let's say it is NO. Fourth one is, let's say it is ammonium ion, NH4 plus. Just you need to identify which group is going to behave as plus R group and which is minus R group, right? And next, what you can do, let me think some tricky question. Just do these four, because rest you can identify easily. Rest atom or group of atom you can identify easily, right? These are very important. The important one is first one, third one, fourth one. Second one is already given in series. So just do first, third and fourth, right? And I'm sure that most of you are going to get the wrong answer, right? And if you are having doubt related with these three groups, you can ask me in class, right? Now next is start with the application portion. Application of resonance. Application of resonance. As we were completed in inductive effect, in very similar one, first application is stability of ions. Stability of ions. Now the next one is, in stability of ion is, because of resonance. Let me show you one situation. Let me have it is CH2 double bond CH and then CH2 negative, right? And it is asked one more question. CH3, CH2 and CH2 negative. And if it is asked which anion is more stable, and also if it is asked the reason behind that, then definitely if you are using inductive effect only, the directly attached atom, here it is sp2 hybridized and here it is sp3 hybridized. So sp2 hybridized atom is going to have more electronegativity as compared to sp3 hybridized atom. So it is going to use minus I effect. sp2 hybridized carbon atom is going to use minus I effect as compared to sp3 hybridized. So it will pull the bond pair electron towards the itself, and the negative charge will get decreased, right? Negative charge will get decreased. So the stability of first one is going to be more than 2. Stability of first one is going to be more than 2. This reason was this order is obtained by using inductive effect, right? But if it is asked about the reason, the dominating factor is resonance here. Let me show you how. In second one, if you draw the resonance, this negative charge will form the pi bond and pi bond will get break. Again, CH2 on left side will get the negative charge, and there will be double bond with CH and CH2, right? Now, the next what I'm saying, these two are the resonating structure of first compound given, right? We know that resonating structures are not real existing structure. These are theoretical structure. And if you want to draw the real existing structure, you have to draw the hybrid structure. And in this case, the two resonating structures are exactly identical. The two resonating structures are exactly identical. And if it is asked to draw the hybrid, what you need to do, just do one thing, mark the carbon atom. It is 1, 2, 3. In structure 1, there is double bond between carbon number 1 and 2, and there is a single bond between carbon 1 and 2. Count the total number of covalent bond between carbon number 2, which is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3, and the number of structure you have is 2. Take the average. Number of covalent bond is 3 between 1 and 2, and number of structure you have is 2. If you are taking the average, it is coming out to be 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 1.5. So between carbon number 1 and 2, you have to draw 1.5 covalent bond. 1 is complete covalent bond and half is represented by dotted line, and you can mention here bond order is 1.5. Similarly, you can find the bond order between 2 and 3. It is coming out to be 1.5. Now, if you look at the negative charge in structure 1, carbon 1 is neutral, while in structure 2, carbon 1 is getting 1 negative charge. So carbon 1 is carrying total 1 unit of negative charge, but the number of structure you have is 2. Take the average, it is coming out to be minus 1 by 2. Similarly, on carbon number 3, if you take the average of charge, it is coming out to be minus 1 by 2. Now, see one thing. If it is asked to compare the stability of these two structures, then definitely stability will be compared related to this negative charge, not with this pi bond, right? If it is asked to compare the stability, then definitely we are going to see the stability of ions if the ions are present. Then now here you were drawing the two resonating structure, and then next the hybrid. Hybrid is the real existing structure, and what happens in hybrid structure, the 1 unit of negative charge is divided into carbon atom. 1 unit of negative charge is spreaded on 2 carbon atom, and both the carbon atoms are carrying minus half and minus half. One statement is very important from the electrostats. I have given that statement earlier. The statement was the spreaded charge is going to be more stable as compared to concentrated charge. And if you observe in the second case there is no resonance. So this 1 unit of negative charge will be present on third carbon only, right? There is more concentration of charge on third carbon, while if you see the hybrid of first one, the negative charge is spreaded. It is also the whole structure is carrying 1 unit of negative charge, but that one unit of negative charge is spreaded. So definitely this spreaded charge is going to be more stable. So same answer you can get by using resonance. And definitely inductive effect is weak effect, but resonance is a strong effect. And if it is asked what is the exact reason, what is the exact reason, which reason you should tell in examination, that by what is the reason behind that first one is more stable than two, definitely you can get the answer by using inductive, but in examination you have to tell it is resonance, because resonance is a strong effect as compared to inductive effect, right? So this is the stability order. And remember one thing, by explaining all these things, only one motive was there, that you should be clear in mind that because of resonance, a spreading of charge will take place. And if spreading of charges are taking place, then definitely stability will get increased, right? And also resonance is the dominating factor, keep in mind that one also. Okay, so you can do the stability of ions portion. We have already done more question based on inductive effect. I'll take up more question based on stability of ions later on, after completing the hyperconjugation. And now I'll get a detailed discussion of acidic strength. Let's do a detailed discussion of acidic strength, because in this stability of ion there is not so much to be discussed, right? You just need to find the resonance, right? If resonance is taking place, spreading of charge will take place. Because of resonance, spreading of charge will take place and stability of ion will get increased. Now the second application, which is important, acidic strength. Acidic strength. Remember the statement that we have written in inductive effect, that how to check the acidic strength. If two or more acids are given and asked to compare their acidic strength, then what we were doing in inductive effect, just write the conjugate base, and try to find the stability of conjugate base, order of stability of conjugate base. More is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. That statement is still valid in case of resonance, and that will be valid throughout the organic chemistry. So we are not going to add on some theoretical concept based on in this acidic strength, but I'll do some problem, and from there you can learn something new. First one, if it is asked why carboxylic group shows acidic character. First question, why carboxylic group shows acidic character. So carboxylic group, if you observe the carboxylic group, it is what, COOH, right? And if you draw the structure, it is R carbon oxygen double bond and one OH is attached with the carbon. And if it is showing the acidic character, then definitely that can be decided by writing its conjugate base. Let's write the conjugate base. If we are writing the conjugate base, then it is RC carbon oxygen double bond, one oxygen is carrying negative charge and one H plus is released. Right? Now this is going to behave as, if this is going to behave as acid, then RC double bond O minus is going to behave as conjugate base, right? H plus is removed. Now if you show the resonance in conjugate base, we can show here this negative charge will be delocalized. We can draw the resonating structure. Above side oxygen is carrying the negative charge and down oxygen will be double bonded. So definitely the conjugate base of this carboxylic group is going to be resonance stabilized. And if it is resonance stabilized, conjugate base is stabilized, then parent compound, that is carboxylic group, is going to show acidic character. Well, I want to add on one more thing. If you observe the resonating structure of this carboxylate group, this is known as carboxylate group. If you observe the resonating structure of carboxylate group, both the resonating structures are identical. It is known as equivalent resonating structure. And there is very important statement regarding this. Because of presence of equivalent resonating structure, stabilization of ions is very high. Wherever we are having equivalent resonating structure, there the stability of ion will be stabilized, will be increased by large amount, right? So here we are having two equivalent resonating structure. That is why we are going to say this carboxylate ion will be stabilized by large amount, and if it is stable, its parent compound, that is carboxylic group, will show acidic character. One more question can be asked. This carboxylic group can also show resonance. This carboxylic group can also show resonance. It is also can be stabilized. Then why it is showing resonance? Then why it is showing acidic character? That can be explained as, if you show a resonance in carboxylic group, lone pair present on this oxygen will participate in conjugation. Actually, the lone pair present on single covalently bonded oxygen is in conjugation, and if you are showing the resonance, what is happening? The above side oxygen will get negative charge, while downside oxygen will get positive charge, and it will be triple covalently bonded. Right? This is the situation, one double covalent bond and one single covalent bond. This is the resonating structure of carboxylic group. But here you can observe that these two resonating structures are not equivalent. So if it is asked which structure will be stabilized more by resonance, whether this carboxylic group or carboxylate ion, so answer is definitely this carboxylate ion will be stabilized more by using resonance. It is just because it is having two equivalent resonating structure, while in case of carboxylic group there is resonance, but here we are not getting such type of situation that we are getting in carboxylate ion. Here there is equivalent resonating structure. Here we are not having equivalent resonating structure, right? That is why it is said this carboxylic group is going to show acidic character. Its conjugate base is having two equivalent resonating structure, and because of presence of equivalent resonating structure, stability of species will increase with large amount. Okay. I hope you are clear with this question. It is important. Now the next one is similar question can be asked for sulfonic group. Why sulfonic group? Sulfonic group is RSO3H. Why sulfonic group is going to show acidic character. We are going to proceed in similar manner. If you draw the structure of sulfonic group, it is two double covalent bond attached, double covalent bond with the sulfur, and there is one OH group which is attached with the sulfur, right? And if you are writing the conjugate base of it, just remove the hydrogen in form of H plus, oxygen will carry the negative charge. This is what is conjugate base, right? And if it is going to behave as acid. Now, if you draw the resonance in the conjugate base of sulfonic group, you will find that here we are having three equivalent resonating structures. Here we are having three equivalent resonating structure in case of conjugate base of sulfonic group. So definitely if it is having three equivalent resonating structure, the stability of this conjugate base will be increased with very large amount, and that is why if this conjugate base is stabilized, the parent compound, which is sulfonic group, is going to show its acidic character. Now next, what we can do, if it is asked in carboxylic group and sulfonic group, in carboxylic group and sulfonic group, which one is a stronger acid? In carboxylic group and sulfonic group, which one is a stronger acid? Definitely your answer is going to be second one. Sulfonic group is a stronger acid. Sulfonic group is a stronger acid than carboxylic acid, and the reason behind that, if you observe, in sulfonic group, in the conjugate base of sulfonic group, sulfadiene, it is having three equivalent structure in conjugate base, while in case of carboxylate anion there was two equivalent resonating structure, right? So remember this statement also, it is again important. More is the number of equivalent resonating structure in conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. Let me write the statement. It is going to be important. It will be used later also. The statement is more is the number of equivalent resonating structure of conjugate base stronger is the parent acid. Now the interesting thing is, next question that we are going to do, first one we done with carboxylic group, second we done with sulfonic group. Now the third one is about phenol. Why phenol shows acidic character? Why phenol shows acidic character? The structure of phenol is benzene ring attached with one OH group. Now if you are writing the conjugate base of this phenol, it is known as phenoxide, and oxygen is carrying one negative charge, and there will be H plus removed from phenol. Now if you draw the resonating structure, of this phenoxide ion, which is actually the conjugate base, this is what is conjugate base. Let's draw that. If we are drawing the resonating structure, first resonating structure, the negative charge will appear on ortho position. Now in next resonating structure, the negative charge will appear on para position. Now in next resonating structure, again negative charge will appear on ortho position. If you draw the next resonating structure, the negative charge will be again appear on oxygen, right? These are the resonating structure. of phenoxide ion, definitely the number of resonating structure in phenoxide ion is going to be more, right? If it is asked why phenol shows acidic strength, just you need to draw the different resonating structure of conjugate base of phenol, that is phenoxide ion. You can write the conjugate base, since the conjugate base is resonance stabilized, that is why phenol is going to behave as acid. Now the important question is, if it is asked to compare the acidic strength of carboxylic group and phenol, which one is going to be more acidic, carboxylic group or phenol? It is important. Now if you know the practical fact, the acidic strength of carboxylic group is going to be more than phenol. Acidic strength of carboxylic group is going to be more than phenol. Now observe the thing. In the conjugate base of carboxylic group, that is the carboxylate ion was having only 2 resonating structure, while in case of phenoxide ion we are having 5 resonating structure. First point. So it is said that one statement is also used in resonance. More is the number of resonating structure, more is the stability of a species. If you look at the number of resonating structure, definitely phenoxide ion is going to have more number of resonating structure, right? So in that way, phenoxide ion should be more stable than carboxylate group, and if that was true, phenoxide ion was more stable, then phenol should be more acidic than carboxylic group. But the answer is reverse. Carboxylic group is stronger acid than phenol. Now some of you may give the statement that since carboxylic group is having equivalent resonating structure, that is why it is a stronger acid. So let's observe the resonating structure of phenoxide ion. If it is asked whether structure 1 and 5 are equivalent resonating structure or not, definitely structure 1 and 5 are going to be equivalent resonating structure. Structure 1 and 5 equivalent resonating structure. Similarly, if you observe structure number 2 and 4 are also equivalent resonating structure. Structure number 2 and 4 are also equivalent resonating structure. In case of carboxylate ion, we were having only single pair of equivalent resonating structure, while in case of phenoxide ion we are having 2 pair of equivalent resonating structure, right? So if you are looking at the number of equivalent resonating structure, from there also it can be said that phenoxide ion is more stable than carboxylate group. And if it is true, phenol should be more acidic than carboxylic group. But the practical fact, we know that carboxylic group is stronger acid than phenol. Now what is wrong in that? Let's try to find that. See, observe structure 1 and 5. If it is asked to decide the stability of phenoxide ion, definitely we are going to look on negative charge. Instability is caused by negative charge, not by the pi bond in this case. So if you observe structure number 1 and 5, the position of negative charge is not changing. The position of negative charge is not changing. The position of pi bond is actually changing. If you observe structure 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 are resonating structure of each other, but these two are actually not contributing to stabilize the negative charge. Because in these two cases, negative charge is not moving. Negative charge is fixed. Negative charge is fixed at oxygen atom, right? So my point is, if negative charge is not taking part in resonance while drawing structure 1 and 5, so 1 and 5 are equivalent resonating structures, but these equivalent resonating structure is not useful to stabilize the negative charge, because negative charge position is fixed in these two. Now next come to next equivalent resonating structure, which is 2 and 4, right? Definitely 2 and 4 are equivalent resonating structure, and position of this time position of negative charge is also changing. But if you compare these equivalent resonating structure 2 and 4 with the equivalent resonating structure of carboxylate ion, what is difference in that? If we are comparing these two equivalent resonating structure, the major difference is in phenoxide ion. In the structure of 2 and 4, the negative charge is present on carbon, while in the equivalent resonating structure of carboxylate group, the negative charge is present on oxygen. Negative charge on carbon is highly unstable. Negative charge on carbon is highly unstable, and negative charge on oxygen is stabilized, highly stable with respect to carbon. So definitely this equivalent resonating structure which is present in carboxylate group are going to more stabilize the negative charge as compared to equivalent structure that we are getting in phenoxide ion. That is why overall, if stability wise comparison is done, it is found that carboxylate ion is going to be more stable than phenoxide ion, and that is why actually the acidic character of carboxylic group is going to be more than phenol. I hope you are clear with the question that why carboxylic group is more acidic than phenol, while the conjugate base of phenol, which is phenoxide ion, is carrying two pair of equivalent resonating structure, and also the number of resonating structure is 5. After having these all, still carboxylate group is going to be more stable. So let's move to the next question. Here we have discussed the three questions. First one is of carboxylic group, second one is sulfonic group, and third one is phenol. If you compare the acidic character of all these three, you will find that sulfonic group is a stronger acid than carboxylic group, and which is stronger than phenol, right? This is the acidic strength that we are getting based on three questions that we have done. Now in phenol, one statement I want to add on. That it is said all carboxylic acid are a stronger acid than phenol, right? In general, all carboxylic group, let me write this statement. In general, all carboxylic group are a stronger acid than phenol and phenol derivative, except there is an exception, and definitely this exception is going to be very important. Directly question are asked in examination, right? First exception that I want to write is it is picric acid, yes, phenol derivative, NO2 and NO2. This structure, common name of this structure is picric acid, it is 2,4,6 trinitrophenol, which is commonly known as picric acid. Picric acid is a stronger acid than acetic acid. Remember this one. Picric acid is a stronger acid than acetic acid. One thing I also want to add on, if only two NO2 groups are there, let's say ortho and para position, two NO2 groups are there, then also its acidic strength is going to be more than acetic acid. Or not acetic acid, let's write here carbonic acid. It is carbonic acid, H2CO3, not acetic acid, carbonic acid. It is also going to be important. If two NO2 group are attached to the phenol, either two NO2 are at orthopara or both are at two ortho position, then the acidic strength of this phenol derivative is going to be more than carbonic acid. This is again going to be very important. It is also important. Why I'm saying this, these two are very important. There is a test which is known as a bicarbonate test. Based on bicarbonate test, very frequently question asked in examination. So I'll discuss the bicarbonate test in next class. Let's hold here. I'll discuss the bicarbonate test in next class, and then we will finish. We are almost finished the resonance portion, and then in next class itself we are going to start hyperconjugation. Then we'll do some problem based on these. Okay. Okay. Let's stop here. Let's meet in next class. Bye bye.